Previously in 2017, I had compiled and posted a list of my top 8 camera recommendations for independent filmmakers, and it got huge response. Now the time has come to update my list of camera recommendations for independent filmmakers in 2018. In this video, I'll give you my top recommendations of cameras for filmmaking and for making YouTube videos in 2018. This is going to be a long video as I will discuss about a lot of cameras available today and would also try to cover as many points in the least amount of time. So sit back, relax and enjoy this video podcast. Okay, so I have classified the cameras into 5 categories depending on the price of the camera and scope of the project. I'll discuss in detail why did I pick the camera, what are my thoughts and where I think each of the cameras belong. The first category is for beginners. If you're just starting out in filmmaking or YouTube, you just want to make vlogs, casual short films, music videos or even wedding films, the following 2 cameras are the best options to look for. The cameras I am talking about are the Canon EOS 1300D, which is also known as the Canon Rebel T6, and the Canon EOS 200D, also known as the Canon SL2. I still use similar cameras in most of my projects and get very good results. The most important thing in getting the cinematic look is proper cinematography, which includes the use of lights, production design, costumes, color palettes, compositions, camera placements and movements, color grading, and many other conscious and artistic decisions that you take during the filming process. So as beginners, you can get your hands on any of these cheaper DSLR cameras having full manual controls and start making movies instantly. I'll recommend you to practice more and more and get comfortable with all the settings of the camera. The basic working principles behind most of the settings are similar even with the professional cameras from the likes of Reds and RS. So using these cameras in manual mode will build your foundation. Both of these cameras have built-in Wi-Fi and NFC that will come very handy when using your phone or tablet as a bigger monitor with the free Canon Camera Connect app, which in my opinion is a great option to have on set. If you are a YouTuber, then this option can help you even more. The lack of a swivel screen in the 1300D can be overcome with this method. You can also use the Wi-Fi and NFC to transfer files wirelessly to your mobile devices and instantly share them on social media. The Canon SL2 is far better and the best option to get at this price point. It has dual pixel autofocus system in video mode as well, which is incredible. It has a newer Gh4 processor which is not only faster but also better in low light scenarios. It also has a flip out super responsive touchscreen which is essential for vlogging. It not only has built-in Wi-Fi and NFC but low energy Bluetooth as well. It does have an external microphone input which is a must-have. The standout feature of this camera is its weight. This is the lightest APS-C sensor DSLR camera Canon made in recent times, which is a positive thing if you use cheap gimbal stabilizers or shoulder rigs which do not support heavy cameras. You can mount this camera in gorilla pods or lightweight tripods. This can also be very helpful in longer handheld shoots. The SL2 camera shoots in 1080p at maximum 60 frames per second, which can get you 40% smooth slow motion footage in your 24 fps timeline. If you are an independent filmmaker and the majority of your work will be uploaded to YouTube or other free online video portals, then 1080p is still relevant. I have put the links to all the products that I have mentioned in this video in the video description below. In the next segment, I have 3 cameras sorted out for the intermediate filmmakers out there. If you are planning on an upgrade, you can check out these cameras. I'm talking about the Panasonic G7, the Sony A6300 and the Canon M50. These 3 are the cheapest options to get cinematic 4K video recording capabilities. The G7 is a micro four thirds sensor camera, so you will need to buy micro four thirds lenses separately. Being a smaller sensor means it will be tough to get wide shots and blurry background as well, whereas the Sony A6300 has some overheating issue while recording in 4K for a longer period of time, which Sony addressed in its successor, the Sony A6500. So keep these points in mind before purchasing a camera and make the decision yourself on where you are willing to compromise a bit. The Canon M50 is a new launch and can be a better option in this segment. The best thing about it is, it has Canon's unbeatable dual pixel autofocus system in video mode. If you're not satisfied with 1080p HD resolution, then you can go with either the Canon 800D or the Canon 77D or the Canon 80D depending on your budget. All the 3 cameras have large APS-C sized sensor and have great image quality and also serves as awesome photography cameras as well. The next segment is for the film look enthusiasts. I have 4 camera recommendations in this category that will be the best middle ground options to get cinematic videos without breaking your bank. The cameras are the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera, Sony A6500, Canon Eos 6D Mark II and the Panasonic Gh4. Each camera has their plus points and some drawbacks. The Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera has a micro four thirds sensor in a very compact body, but has the ability to capture huge 13 stops of dynamic range and thus can produce super cinematic footage. Although it shoots only in 1080p Full HD resolution, due to the higher bitrate, it produces much cleaner and sharper footage than other Full HD cameras. It also supports high quality lossless Cinema DNG RAW recording, which is unlike any other camera in this price point. Or if you want to wait, then let me remind you, Blackmagic has recently upgraded their Pocket Cinema camera to the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which is definitely going to be a game changer when it releases later this year. I will make a separate much more detailed video on that. Speaking of high dynamic range, the Sony A6500 also supports Sony's S-Log 3 picture profile, which makes the image flat, and that is essential for good color grading. You can get awesome 4K cinematic footage with this camera. Above all, it has an APS-C sensor which is much larger than a micro four thirds sensor, which makes the low light performance of the camera better. The camera has in-body image stabilization or IBIS. That means if your lens doesn't have any optical image stabilization, even then you should be able to get smooth motions from your handheld shots. But the IBIS of this camera has some issues. I'll suggest you to gather more information about that before you take the decision to buy this camera solely for this feature. I have included the Canon EOS 6D Mark II in this segment only because if you want the look of a full frame sensor, then this camera is a better option at a similar price point. It can also work better for photography purposes. Finally, the Panasonic Gh4 is the all-rounder in this price point. Many people are switching to this camera even from their Canon 5D Mark IIIs or Sonys. The 10-bit 422 color space, 4K up to 60 FPS, the super functional IBIS system, dual SD card slots, anamorphic mode, great low light capability, and many other reasons are there to consider. This is a mirrorless camera and you will need micro four thirds sensor lenses or have to buy an adapter or a speed booster separately. This camera shoots in V-Log picture profile, Panasonic's own flat picture profile, which extends the dynamic range of the camera. It records in 10-bit 422 color space, which can be pushed hard in color grading without breaking the image or introducing artifacts. You can easily get the Hollywood film look with this camera. This camera is widely recommended by the independent filmmakers and cinematographers around the world. In my honest opinion, you cannot get any better option at this price point, and I highly recommend this camera. In the next segment, I have 5 camera recommendations for you which can be considered as the top DSLR or mirrorless cameras for filmmaking. These are the Sony A7 III, Canon 5D Mark IV, the Nikon D850, the Sony A7R III, and the Canon 1DX Mark II. Let me remind you, the only deal breakers for the Canon 5D Mark IV are the 1.7 times crop for 4K video recording and the huge motion JPEG files that it creates, which eats up a lot of space. I'll recommend you to purchase the camera with Canon's C-Log picture profile upgrade to squeeze out the maximum quality out of the camera in video mode. It's a paid upgrade and you have to get it done from Canon's authorized service centers. The Nikon D850 is a great full-frame camera from Nikon that I can recommend for filmmaking. It shoots 4K internally with its whole sensor and offers a lot of features in the video mode. The Sony A7R III and even the Sony A7 III are great full-frame photography cameras and shoots stunning 4K videos as well. These two are my favorites. In my honest opinion, Sony has got almost everything right with their A7 III camera. The Canon EOS 1DX Mark II is the top of the line DSLR Canon offers, and the video quality as well as its picture quality are mind-blowing. This is the best DSLR you can get right now. A lot of travel filmmakers use this camera and get awesome results. Another wildcard entry is the Panasonic Gh4. The Panasonic Gh4 is the new kid in town and packs a lot of punch. It is built upon the body of the Gh5 but has a brand new 10 megapixel micro four thirds sensor which is superior in low light conditions. The standout feature of this camera is the support for dual native ISOs, which is something groundbreaking in this price point. This also has a slight bigger variant of micro four thirds sensor, but let me remind you, it does come with the trade-off of the awesome inbuilt image stabilization of the older Gh5 and relies on the lens stabilization. Please note, if you are an independent filmmaker, then there is a high chance that you need to wear different shoes all at the same time. You shoot, edit, make motion graphics content all by yourself. It can be frustrating at times, right? So I would like to enlighten you about Videoblocks, a website that offers millions of stock footage, After Effects templates, and motion backgrounds to spice up your project. And the best thing is, everything you download from this website is 100% royalty free. That means you can modify and use those files in your personal or commercial projects and fully monetize your contents. Isn't that awesome? You can even sign up for a free 7-day trial and immediately start downloading before jumping onto their annual subscription plan. Check out the first link in the video description below and get discounts on your purchase. Next, I have a few camera recommendations for serious video creators. I won't give you any buying links for this category because I don't want you to spend so much money on these cameras without testing them for yourself. I'd recommend you to rent any of these cameras from your local camera rental store and see for yourself if the camera suits your workflow before investing. The first two are from Canon, the Canon C100 Mark II and the Canon C200. The Canon C100 Mark II is a very good cinema camera and packs a lot of punch even today. It records super sharp 1080p footage with its Super 35 2K sensor. It belongs to the Canon cinema line of cameras, so you can expect high dynamic range and cinematic footage from this camera. This is a very good option for run and gun style shooting or for documentaries. It has professional quality audio XLR inputs as well. The Canon C200 is the new offering from Canon to bridge the gap between the C100 and the C300 Mark II. The C200 shoots in 4K internally in MP4 and Cinema Raw Lite format. One very important feature of both these cameras is their inbuilt ND filters, which can be lifesavers. The third one is from Blackmagic and it is the Blackmagic Ursa Mini 4.6K EF. This compact and lightweight digital film camera shoots with high-performance 4.6K Super 35 sensor with up to 15 stops of dynamic range, EF lens mount, 5-inch fold-out monitor, dual C-first recorders and more. You can also check out the Ursa Mini Pro, which has inbuilt ND filters as well. I'll share with you a few other filmmaking cameras just for your knowledge, which you can consider to rent or buy for your next shoot. You may or may not know about these cameras yet. There are a few camera options for the advanced and professional independent filmmakers out there who do not necessarily have the budget of a RED or an RE camera but still don't want to compromise. If you are one of them, then you can consider these following cameras. The first one is the Panasonic Eba One. It has a lot of features to look out for. It packs a Super 35mm 5.7K sensor with dual native ISO and an EF lens mount. It can record 4K up to 60 FPS and 2K up to 240 FPS. It supports 10-bit 422 processing and records to SD cards. You can also consider the elder brother to this camera, which is the Panasonic Ferricam. If you want to stay with Sony, then you can check out the Sony FS5 and the Sony FS7. Sony has also launched the second generation version of both the cameras that you can check. You can also check their absolute high-end Venice camera as well, which James Cameron is reportedly using to shoot his Avatar sequels. Or if you are a fan of Canon's color science, then look for the Canon C300 Mark II, the C500 or even the C700. And if you are really passionate, then go for the RE Alexa Mini or a Red Raven or even a Red Scarlet. Although I don't think these cameras are well suited for an average independent filmmaker, because using any of these cameras can add up to the workflow and easily increase the total budget of your production. If you have that budget or you know how to get the return on your investment, then definitely go for one of these. I hope this video has been helpful to you and can ignite a healthy conversation among all the independent filmmakers around the world. I have tried my best to be as detailed as possible in the least amount of time. I would like to know your thoughts and also invite you to join the discussion. So feel free to leave a comment and add your input. Don't forget to share the video, subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to turn on notifications from my channel so you get the update whenever I upload a new video.